Should you be tracking your calories, tracking your macros on the sugar diet? Many advocates, many of the big speakers on this whole thing, Mark Bell, Cole Robinson, they're saying, fuck tracking. They're saying we're not tracking. This is not that kind of weight loss plan. This is not one of those evil restrictive weight loss plans where you end up having an eating disorder and it's all negative and so restrictive. That's not what this is. This is enjoying all of these amazing sugars and boom boom boom, and then they'll go, now don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. Like, and it's like, well, what does that mean? Like, be smart, be well, I don't want to say conservative because I just said don't be restrictive. And it's kind of it's kind of funny to me as I watch them kind of go back and forth. Go for it. Just go for it. With the honey, with the syrup, just go for it. And then 5 minutes later, they're like, within reason, it's like, well, guess what would solve all of this vague shit? Guess what would solve all of this vague, don't do too little, for sure don't do too much, but definitely don't restrict, but absolutely don't go crazy. Guess what would solve that whole fucking problem? Tracking your calories, tracking your macros. And I'll tell you, every single day that I've done the sugar diet protocol and tracked my macros and calories, the next day I have an awesome weigh in. It's either what I weighed the day before or it's a new low. And I'm like, fuck yeah, this is working. This is awesome. This is exciting. Every single time, every day since I've started this, that I've tried not to track, that I've said, hey, let's really lean into the protocol. Let's really lean into what the advocates of this system are preaching. Let's just be intuitive. Don't go too crazy. Don't have too little. And then have my nice solid meal at night. The next day I weigh more and I'm fucking pissed. I'm pissed because it wasn't even, it's a completely pointless uptick in weight. It's not even like I was like, dude, I just don't have it in me. I can't track today. I'm just like trying to follow the system the way it's being advocated. Every time I have not tracked my macros, the next day I weigh more and I'm like, what the fuck? This is stupid. So anecdotally, I'm having way more experience with this plan tracking than not tracking. And on top of that, something I've been talking about is, does this plan set you up for success after it's over, after you get freaking ripped or whatever your goal weight is? Is this system setting you up for success? I believe if you do this system and track, that is absolutely going to set you up for more success when you move on to a more normal eating style or a more balanced style than if you just relied on the sugar fast magic to get you in great shape. What Cole Robinson is advocating for, which is basically having sugar fasting in your back pocket at all times and always using that when you need to get back to whatever number you want to see on the scale and stay peeled forever. I don't know about all that shit. That does seem a little crazy. That does seem like a shaky foundation to put underneath people, where they feel like to maintain their great physique, to maintain their healthy body fat range, they need to do a sugar fast however often, and like that's their ace card. I don't know if that's setting people up for lifelong success. How about we use this plan because it's fun, it's really easy to adhere to, it's really not tempting to cheat on, it has a lot of unique variables like that normally don't go hand in hand with the diet protocol, don't go hand in hand with the weight loss phase. How about we enjoy all that, get to our goal weight, and modify it from there in a more balanced approach, knowing that, man, sugar is pretty damn magical. It's not as bad as I thought it was. I might still have higher sugar in different parts of the day or different parts of the week, but relying on this protocol for life, I think it's way too soon to say that that's a good idea. I think it's way too soon to say, yeah, let's all do that. So, with that being the case, if you track your macros and do this plan, that is going to set you up for success in the long run because you're getting used to, okay, I'm looking at this bowl of food and that's this many calories. So these barcodes are telling me, so this app is telling me. So it's training your brain to just see calories on a plate and see macros on a plate, right? That is going to carry over for the rest of your life. Now, as I'm saying that, it's like, well, why hasn't that worked the days that I didn't track? Admittedly, if I really think about it, the days I didn't track also happened to be days that I had a bigger dinner or days that I had my dinner and then an extra thing, and I was like, there's no way that's going to hurt it. That could be attributed to user error and just not using the common sense I'm telling you you'll get by tracking macros. So I'll own that a little bit. But keeping those fats around 30 grams or less, keeping that protein around 100 to 130 for me, and then keeping those carbs out to the freaking moon where they have been is way easier to do tracking than not, obviously. You can't get more precise than being more precise. You can't get a more accurate result by inherently being less accurate. And I'm glad I remember this. I'm sugared up. What's my heart beating at? 111. I just freaking pounded some sugar before this video. Resting heart rate is cranked. I'm sweating. Tracking on this plan is very, 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 very easy, which could be a great stepping stone into tracking like a normal eating day, like a normal eating plan, because tracking freaking honey and my daily Sprite and my juices and my fruits, like it takes seconds. It's very, very easy. They're all in my most recent items because I'm having basically the same things every day. So it's boom, 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 very easy to do. And then even my dinner, as plain as it is, chicken and a cup of rice, super easy to track. So this could be a great plan for someone to get used to using the apps, get used to tracking their macros, but it's so like one-dimensional. It's so straightforward. They're not worried about, all right, I had more fat for lunch, so I guess I'll have less for dinner, and this meal was low carb, so I guess I'm supposed to have higher carbs for the next one. Like, you know you're tracking carbs and sugar all day long, and then you know at night that you're tracking a lean source of protein and a carb like some bread or some rice or some potatoes. Whew. Whew. Y'all, I just pounded it way too fast. Pause. Pounded that sugar way too fast for this video. I'm sweating. So with it being such an elementary version of tracking, now you have that in your back pocket. Now you're getting better at what I deem to be, at the end of the day, because I have more time spent tracking macros in the sugar diet, what I deem to be the most precise, the most best way to get in the best shape of your life is being able to measure out food and go, because this is exactly what I need, it's not too little, it's not too much, because it's exactly what I need for my goal, I'm excited to eat it. I'm thankful to eat this. This is perfect. I don't need to go over. I have a goal. This is what's going to get me there. I'm good. Like, as magical as the sugar diet protocol has been, there's also something very magical about the balance that comes with tracking macros. You say, hey, this is enough. I might be hungry later. Stomach might growl a little bit. But it has already been determined that this is the perfect amount of food for me, for my goal. And I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to go to bed at peace with that. I'm going to wake up, have an exciting weigh-in. Like, there is something very magical about being precise, about being measured like that. So take that as you will. Take my anecdotal experience as you will. I've had great success with the sugar diet and tracking. The days I haven't tracked, hasn't gone so great. Let me know, are you pairing these two methods? Or are you just going balls to the walls, pounding honey and seeing what happens? Let me know in the comments. I hope that helped, and I'll see you in the next one.